Well, hello. I am finally back for the first time in over a month, and yes, I have missed a lot of films. I mean, I have seen them, but I haven't been able to review them, for which I shall explain in a separate video. But today, I return to review the all-female Ocean's 8, which I went into with middling level of expectations, and I have to say I was impressed. Now, having not seen the previous incarnations of the Ocean series, I didn't have that predetermined vision of what an Ocean's movie should be. All I knew going into this is that it would be a heist movie, and that particular genre has brought quite a mixed bag of films. Ocean's 8 is directed by Gary Ross, who is most renowned for directing the first Hunger Games movie, and it stars an ensemble cast including Cate Blanchett, Sandra Bullock, Helena Bonham Carter, Anne Hathaway, Rihanna, among others. And it is about Debbie Ocean, the sister of Danny Ocean of the original Ocean's film, and she has spent the last 5 years in prison planning a jewel heist to steal a $150 million necklace from the neck of a model played by Hathaway at an exclusive gala dinner. Now, to begin with, I love the way they managed to incorporate everybody into the plot. Not a single character is simply just there. They all have a part to play, whether it being a famous designer, a hacker, a multilinguist, or just an excellent pickpocket. The film manages to incorporate everybody really well. The plot is simple, but the heist and the build-up is all thoroughly entertaining. However, I will say, once the heist is over, the film goes down in quality quite a bit, and everything feels too airtight into how things are going so well. James Corden randomly appears, which instantly dragged me out of the movie. He does a good job, but being British, all I see is just James Corden. Now, that is one of the better aspects of the movie, is the fact that everyone does give a solid performance. Sandra Bullock is fantastic as Debbie, and Cate Blanchett is the perfect buddy to have alongside her. Helena Bonham Carter is still as wacky as ever, but she is used to perfection as this eccentric stylist, almost becoming a parody of herself. Rihanna, who is constantly berated for being a bad actress, also manages to hold her own in this. Awkwafina is a very hyperactive, and while definitely one of the weaker performances, still puts in a good shift. I would have to say my favourite of the 8 was Sarah Paulson, who plays Tammy, the mother of the team. I was really confused as to what her role would be in this, but the no-nonsense French woman that she plays is just fantastic to watch. At least I think it's French. It might be Italian. I can't quite remember the language, but her role is basically distraction by not speaking English, and those scenes are some of the standout moments throughout this film. However, I will say that very little is given about the woman as to who they are outside their role in the team, as there is very little personal development of these characters outside of the general stereotyping. Outside of Debbie, everyone else is just doing stuff that you'll associate their characters with. This takes nothing away from the actors. If anything, I think the writing was so focused on the ins and outs of the heist that it fails to address the people carrying this heist out. It really shows in the last 20 minutes when we no longer have the heist to distract us, and the quality just drops. Also, while I appreciate Anne Hathaway's performance, her character development is really hard to buy into. Without going into spoilers, I would just say the character in the first half is drastically different from the one in the second, which is usually the case with character, but this one lacked the dots to connect the two halves. Technical wise, it is shot really well and does a fantastic job of establishing the spaces, especially at the gala meal. It's nothing world breaking, but it is definitely one of those that it takes time to focus on the important things. The soundtrack, both music and composition, helps carry the film the rest of the way, almost guiding us by the hand through each shot and keeping the audience invested. This is definitely a well-made movie, but my one big issue with it is that it's just the simple fact that it never feels like they are in any danger of failing. There are rare occasions where the film does try to throw a curveball, but within 2 minutes, that very same curveball is still being knocked out of the park. I know that is a foregone conclusion going into this that they will most likely succeed, but the film does not even try to sway us to the possibility that they might fail, and that does take a lot of the tension out of this movie. All in all, I am glad that this film hasn't received the outright hatred that I worried it was going to get upon announcement. This female spin-off is definitely better handled than the Ghostbusters one was, and it is at the very least very well acted and enjoyable to watch. But I don't think I will go out of my way to rewatch this, or even add it to my Blu-ray collection. Ocean's 8 was definitely a fun reboot, but I can't see it becoming a classic heist movie, and it will merely be remembered as an okay cup of tea in my personal opinion. So yes, I am back, and as you could probably tell, my throat is really sore today. Hopefully I'm back for good this time, and if there are any films over the last month you would like me to review or would like my thoughts on, please hit me up in the comments below. And while you're here, hit that round subscribe button for more reviews coming all the time. This is That Spikehead Podcast, signing off.